What happened last time? Anyone wanna tell me? I think I pick Ella too often.
I feel like Ella is just our gold star,
It's because she's
record
taking
keeper,
all the notes.
lore keeper, historian, yeah. I nominate Ella for a permanent position there.
Yes. No, I think it would be more fun. I think what would be more ideal is if I hid my notes and had someone else do it from their memory. I think that would be the optimal thing. Like, what did we do?
I can do it. Let me just look at the recording real
See,
quick.
I'm on you've made me complacent. I'm blaming you for my own failings here.
It's like AI, really, right? It's
You've made me complacent. Like I've just come to depend on you and your notes now, and I don't.
I did the notes once, and I did.
Yeah, right. I did too, and then I realized that Ella is a better note taker, and I just transcribe, and so it's not. It's just this whole blob of text when I do it. So
I can go through it real quick because most of what happened actually has nothing to do with you guys.
Oh, fantastic!
See,
I mean, I can tell you what Dahlia did. I mean, she just kind of vogued her way through like pretty much the entire episode.
Well, you acquired a new home, 10 more servants,
Yes.
a Furcus,
Yes.
found a post and exit.
Yes, she's establishing her evil island fortress.
You invited Agnes over for tea.
Yes, I did, and that was she had a rendezvous with Agnes and talked with Agnes about a certain deal that she had personally made with Agnes.
She's gonna help you forge souls into
Exactly
material objects, I guess.
Because after rolling a crit, Dahlia was pretty much like, this is exactly what I need to do, and I need to go to Agnes to get it done, and Agnes is going to help me, and my evil plan will go forward. So
Yes. Just quickly to go over, Henry and Julian went on a trip with Alejandro to see a lot of terrible things in the town and meet up with a few people to talk about the necessity of allies, because at least according to Alejandro and Melinda, eventually Margaret will screw you guys over when you are no longer used. And
she's the power behind the throne. I mean,
apparently you are Sabbat. You did not know this, but that's what
we learned.
That's what the excuse will be.
So unfair.
And they acquired which is important for the rest of you, the essence of the Fae, which is another piece to the puzzle of the gates. Also, you had a chat with your Tremere colleague.
Yes, he tried to move water, and I told him, "You're doing great, buddy."
And what do you get from him?
I got information about the fact that he can forge the spear for Ella.
That's right. Yes, he needed her blood and an object.
Minor
of power.
detail.
Yes, but to bind it to the user of the wielder, rather. And Ella, you had a visit from someone who claimed to be an Archon. You both entered your haven. Well, you let him in, so that was not the difficult part. But he apparently vanished, and
as Archons do.
As Archons do. He did not move fast. He just vanished, and usually there's no way out of this town. But he gave you a coin,
Archon, so.
a boon coin that you can snap in half should you ever need him for something. Should probably be something major because you don't want to waste an Archon spoon. But he is he likes the work you're doing in this town, and that you're trying to protect the world and the Masquerade. So
Is she though?
Well, you as a group.
I mean, I feel like that's just a little in question, but maybe the intentions are okay, but we're not even sure about that, honestly.
And then he asked you some questions about the Camarilla rule and your opinion on it. And I think you're being polite, but you also didn't lie. But yes.
What didn't she say that there needs to be more Ventru leadership? I felt like I heard that somewhere.
Oh, he said I've talked with the only Ventru I need to.
Yeah. You're the only real person here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I only deal with real people.
At early in the morning, it's still winter, so you have 3 hours of night left, but it is 4 a.m. You were shocked by a threat and pictures of your touchstones. And you all resisted your frenzy. Dowser tried to look more into it, but he just gazed into the abyss and went a little bit mad. Started to speak in tongues, and I seem to remember a bestial failure somewhere in there.
The premonition, I believe.
That is where we left off, with everyone keeping composed. You're all in the basement.
Or not. More or less.
I don't know if you just all said, fuck it, we're going to bed, or if you want to have a chat before it. That is up to you guys. But that is where we left off.
Well, I just want to start by saying that Dahlia doesn't really think much of Dowser's fit. We'll call it that. Dowser has always been strange, so...
You also know Dowser. When his eyes go white, it's usually because he has a vision.
Yeah. So, I mean, I can't recall, did he share the details of the vision?
No. He did not.
Well then Dahlia would be curious about what he saw when peering into the realms beyond this one.
And Dowser's just going to go to his chambers.
He's just going to go where? I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
To his chambers, just...
He's going to walk away. Hey, I'm talking to you.
The sun's going to start rising soon. It's time to sleep.
He looks shaken, Dahlia.
Yes, I can tell. Like he's seen something, and now he's not sharing. He's keeping it to himself, and that puts her off. Like, I share all my details with you. Like, it's rude.
Before you all sleep, I'm gonna go around the table. Dahlia, you hear your beast. You should really just leave that one. It's just a blood bag. You don't need it anymore. It's just gonna halt your progress. You're doing well.
This is in her head?
It's your beast. It's talking about your touchstone.
Oh, okay. I thought he or she might have been talking about Dowser for a moment there. She's contemplating that notion. She's like, I bet he could be a blood bag. But she is she's strongly inclined to agree. In fact, at this point, it's difficult for Dahlia to recognize that the beast's voice is not her own in her head. And
I know he looks like him, but it's not him. He's dead.
He looks like him. But he looks like him.
I know, but it's a weakness you need to get rid of. That last weakness.
She makes a face. She's not ready to give up on him just yet because it's her things, it's her things. She's a little bit possessive, and so she's gonna hiss back at the beast, not out of any kind of I want to save the mortal type of thing, but more like he's mine, and this possessive, obsessive kind of. Yeah, she wants to have her things back undamaged. It's somebody's messing with her stuff, and she doesn't like it.
I mean,
and so yeah, she's against the beast in this case. Not strictly out of a moral or human compass, but rather out of a nobody fucks with my things.
It's should he perish, we can find him. He can be a wraith forever. He's not going to be immortal forever. He's going to be yours forever if he's a wraith.
That's a good point. And we'll pursue that if it comes to it. I think that's a great plan B. But I like him alive and breathing too.
Guess he's good for food.
Yes, delicious. she's right on the line there. I mean, she's so close, So yeah, yes.
Bowser.
Yeah.
You also hear your beast. It is not worth it. Stick to the plan. It is just a flashback. It is not your brother. Do not get distracted. We are very close.
That is true, but those without connections become mindless, idiotic husks of creatures. Like the Baron who we haven't even heard speak. Who's just sitting there on his throne, letting someone else do everything for him. That's not what I want.
Have you not seen it? Take a look at the Baron again. A hard look.
I'll have to do that next time I get close to him.
That is more important than that human.
That may be, but I'm not going to lose myself. Not yet, anyway.
Fine, but I'm not gonna help you.
That is fair enough.
Make sure you make a very good plan.
Counting on it.
Ella, your beast speaks as well. Queen, goddess. I know it's a sad thing, but it's a thing in a way. At least she's out of the hands of the snake now. It might be unpleasant. And should we stumble across them and save her, I think you should ghoul it to better protect it.
I agree. I believe that in this game that we've been put into, whatever it is, the queen and the pawn will go back to the same box after it's over. And that will be a better path for her and I.
It's an unpleasant obstacle, and they need to be destroyed. No one takes from you. No one takes from us.
Understood. It's not an obstacle, it's an opportunity. An asset. And sometimes we get assets later rather than sooner, unfortunately. But sometimes things need to be done before we can acquire those assets.
You always know what to do. I'm here if you need me. You go to bed, all of you. Do a rouse to wake. And 3 more if you want to heal some ag.
I did 1 already, unless I needed to do another one, but let's see.
If you did 1 already, then that is fine.
I got a hunger gain. Let's go.
Those are 2 more.
So did I.
Hungry.
I love that for us. Okay, so I did the 1, and I'm going to do 3 for funsies.
Nice.
Yes. Yes. No.
2 more hunger for you as well.
So I'm at hunger 4. It's fine.
Almost at full health. 2 more days.
Nice.
Back to 6.
You know what? Just for laughs, I'm going to go ahead and I just roused for blushing as well, even though Dahlia is so far gone that blushing really doesn't do much at this point.
You're just doing it for the hunger increase, really.
Right, exactly.
It's
She
for
didn't
Chris
get
at this
hungrier.
point.
Yeah. It was just kind of rolling the rouse for, because it's like force of habit, right? But
It helps with the cold.
right, exactly.
You also regain your willpower, obviously. Just to get it over with. If people want to hunt, do the roll.
I would like to hunt. I would like to do that.
Ella, you can take half because you have 1 billion dice. And it's getting silly at this point.
I even spent my XP again. How many hunger can I slake? 1? I think it's something.
No, 3. If you just fight 2 left-handed people.
So that's a crit. I feel like that's a successful hunt. And I guess I can slake 2 or 3.
Well, if you want to go to 0, you know what it's going to cost you. But
We go to 0 together?
nah, that's also going to cost you.
I would love to go to 0 with you. Dahlia would feel much better if she had, someone to help her hide the bodies afterwards.
If you want to go to 0, just take a stain. It's fine.
I'm going to do that. Just, she feels she feels relief. It's that kind of peace of mind. She only really feels centered when she's taken a life. In true Ventrue fashion, I like the idea and that you went with it. However, I've made the executive decision that I'm no longer going to, and I appreciate you're willing to collaborate on this endeavor. The scenes have been outsourced to the Hecata.
Are you hunting, Duff? Or are you fine?
Yeah. I rolled a 4.
Okay, mister, I can control my hunger.
It takes you a while, but it's fine. You can go back to 1 or 0 if you want to take a sting.
We'll go back to 1.
Dahlia, because you critted, I'm not going to make you roll an investigation as well to cover up the crime scene. You're getting good at this.
Excellent. Yes, she's becoming frighteningly proficient at concealing the scene.
Yes, that is that sorted. And then you all meet up in your basement. Just the 3 of you. Henry's not there, but that's not uncommon for him to sleep somewhere else. And Julian is not there. He usually does not wander off on his own. The Guardian says he is... The Master is in some kind of trance. It is not what you call torpor, but he is not waking.
Dahlia's going to poke him.
Well, Julian is in his chamber, which only he can access. So.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about the Guardian.
No, it's just the Guardian is informing that Julian is
Oh, okay.
being.
I'm sorry. I got him mixed up because I thought Ronaldo was like in torpor or something. Like, wait a minute. Why is our guardian not responding? Poke, so
Just turn him off and on again.
yeah. Where's the switch? So yeah. If she ever found him like that, bad things would happen. Bad things would ensue. She would totally do him up in clown makeup or something. Like it would. Yeah.
I remembered also if you ever got the chance to talk to Erla about the spear thing.
I don't think I did. Everything else came up.
Let's all have that conversation together.
I'll leave you the room, and the Guardian will be here if you need him.
This is between me, the Guardian, the Celestial Being, and Dowser.
I feel left out, honestly.
And Dominic.
I do.
Dominic's in this as well.
It's not you, it's the Guardian and Celestial Being who won't leave and hear and see everything.
I get it. I do. But speaking of which, when was the last time we had someone commune with said being and reinforce?
It
was me, and we're getting close, but we've only had like 2 or 3 nights, I think.
Wednesday evening now, and you did it on Sundays. You still have a few days.
Okay, so then Dowser's next.
Or Julian? No. Yeah, or Henry.
Whoever hasn't gone yet.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
So let's speed through the week.
I just wanted to make sure that nothing was going to happen in terms of like extra dimensional entities who may or may not like us, breaking free of their bonds. And
don't worry, mistress. I will keep you informed of anything that needs to happen to the sanctuary.
Ronaldo, you're such a darling. I really appreciate you. I know that deep down you really despise us, but your decorum and manners are peerless.
You're too gracious.
I am, really. I truly am. More than you deserve.
Of course, mistress.
So then, are we going to go and get our property back?
I don't think that's a good idea to do just the 3 of us.
Okay. So we need to wait for those other 2 sleepyheads to wake up and...
I mean, we can start narrowing the search down, but I don't think we should go in.
Can you do that? Can we do that? Is that something we can do at this point?
I mean, we can try.
What do you need to do that?
If I'm gonna do it myself, an unhealthy amount of blood.
Ah, so bodies then. So we need to go get groceries, is what you're saying.
And I would like to not lose myself while doing it.
Always a risk. I appreciate that you're willing to take it. If you do lose yourself, I'll make sure to take appropriate measures. That's a sacrifice I'm willing to make.
Good for you.
I'm a team player. What can I say? So then
just start to communicate with other kindred, possibly try and get any information we can.
It feels like Margaret might know something like that, given all the, or maybe the Malkavian. One of them, the Malkavian has the cameras, right?
Yes.
All that newfangled technology from the Amazon.
Yes, from the Amazon.
So.
Archaic vampires.
Which one should we go and see about tracking down our lost property?
I feel like the Malkavian is the least likely to go talk to everyone else about what we do.
I agree. I agree. They seem fairly private, even if they are super snoopy and nosy and into everybody else's business. I feel like nobody really talks to them. It's all one way.
Seems.
What do you think, Ella? Like, do you have an opinion here?
Burn it all down. No.
Yeah,
I think,
no, I agree.
Plan C4. I 100% agree with the Malkavian. They seem the least likely to, like you said, speak with others, but also, from what I gather, they've given us the least pause in our engagement with them so far.
Indeed. Yeah. Well then,
how should we attempt to communicate with them?
Our character, you're given a task and you have a box of cameras.
right.
Do any of us understand where we are putting these cameras up?
You're taught to put, or Ella was taught to put them up outside people's havens. Everyone's haven.
Yeah, so 0 dots in technology.
For all of us, I think.
So I genuinely, in character, don't know she would know not to just put it in front. Like, she would just be like, DoorDash.
Right. Ring, yeah.
Like, I don't... Look at
Do...
Should have gone to the waterfall.
What's the appropriate thing here? Intelligence and... Well, wits or resolve, if anyone wants to do it.
You said, and what?
Intelligence and wits or resolve.
Sure.
Well, I can do intelligence and resolve. That seems like a good roll there.
You know, I don't frenzy, so I have that going for me.
That's a crit.
Dahlia, you know, have you been holding out on us on your technology?
Yes, she has been paying attention, and she also discovered the body cameras and everything.
Right.
The one time.
Yeah, exactly. Like, she has moments of insight and enlightenment when it comes to this, and you know,
so she doesn't get caught while she's working people in Dusktown. Really, it's for self-preservation.
She's caught. Exactly. You know, in pursuit of her meals, she and the concealment of said meals, she's become increasingly adept at understanding what these cameras do and how they work.
You are
preserving Dahlia here, preserving the Masquerade down here.
That's right.
This is the hierarchy of needs.
That's right.
Dahlia, technology is easy, and you know how cameras work by now. If they blink, they're on. The ones in the
little light, look for it.
The lens is the way forward, and you also know where they come from, the Amazon, and you would easily be able to set up these cameras. But there's also a certain agent, you know, with federal resources and an actual understanding of how technology works that could just, you know, be a servant. Like, get your hands dirty.
Is this agent the one that...
The rude one.
I value his insights on this, but I also don't like the idea that, I mean, I got the impression that he was kind of, that he wasn't enslavable.
Oh, he's cooperating at the moment.
Cooperating, right? But he still has his own mind and everything. It's not like Carson, dear Carson, you know, who's such, who's an obedient boy. The agent feels tainted, like he's not killable, he's not enslavable, he still has his own mind. This strikes against him, you know, as a companion, as someone who can be relied on. Whereas Carson, already enslaved, stealable, possibly enslavable again, and if necessary, killable. You know, so, you know, I mean, now there are consequences, I understand, but, like, you know, I mean, much better as a companion and as someone to work with in setting up technology. at least in her mind, in terms of the hierarchy of reliable companions. So, would Carson know anything about setting these up? I would imagine that like he's maybe worked with Dowser and like setting this whole building up and this whole house and everything. So maybe he knows a thing or two about that. Or am I wrong about that?
Dowser, you want to go outside and check?
Sure. Why not?
He's such a good boy. Like he's really useful, so yeah. I love your taste in like servants.
You go up what left of the stairs. Carson has only been doing work for maybe like 4 days or something, so it's not like it's starting to look like a house, but at least it's starting to look like something can be built here. He's done a lot of removal of materials.
And he's imported the marble?
Not yet.
Okay. All right.
You get outside and you hear just for a brief moment, enough to make the kind of, it's a weird feeling because usually you don't get goosebumps so the hairs will not stand up on your arms, but you feel like that for a moment because you hear a oh, like something is about to begin. And then something getting thrown, and then a squish and a splat, and then some gargling noise. And then dragging towards you. Around the corner from your grid fence with tarps to cover it so people can't see in. And Carson comes around the corner with a person. A grey robed person with an axe in their chest. And quickly closes the gate.
Look at this guy.
Good throw.
Dowser.
I don't know what he did, but it felt really, really unpleasant inside me.
This is what I'm talking about. Quality fucking service right here. Just the best. And she's just going to walk right up to Carson with a big smile on her face and just be like, you do good work.
Thank you, Miss Gray. He looks down at the woman in the robe. It's still alive. Should I, finish it? Or you want to have like 2 minutes for questioning? I don't think it's gonna talk that much unless you know.
Well, I don't have a way to get her to speak.
I do, but we need to wait for her to die.
Maybe try to get some answers before she dies as well.
I'm just saying that I can get answers after she dies. So by all means, feel free to interrogate her. Should she expire, I'm ready to work.
He begins dragging her downstairs. Into one of the cages.
Yes.
And pulls his axe out, which is the final blow. The person goes limp and stops gargling blood.
Now, is she dead yet?
Looks that way.
Oh, fantastic. Can I trap her soul?
Do I would say summon spirit ceremony, I guess?
Yes, let's do it. Let's make that happen. And this is should have this up already. Need oblivion ceremonies. This is one I know.
While Dahlia is conducting her ceremony, because I believe it takes a couple of minutes.
It does, and you can see her going about it. It's like, she pulls out the candle. She's starting to draw the pictograms and everything. This is, yeah.
Carson looks at you. Dahlia, did you need me for something?
Ah, yes. Do you know how to set up cameras in any way, shape, form?
Yes.
Great, because we have cameras that need to be set up and we don't know how.
Well, usually just a screw and some wire. Depends on the camera.
I'll just show him the box.
They're very small. They are not wired. Don't know what they're connected to. Is it for the house or?
No, we're supposed to place them outside other havens.
It's super easy. I can show you. It's just 2 screws and might need to drill a bit first. Depends on what you want to attach them to.
Fair enough.
It's not gonna be quiet. Just be aware.
I'm sure Dahlia can figure something out.
Oh, by the way, there was another upstairs that ran.
Yeah, this is what happened the night that the house burned down as well.
Ah,
They started singing and then fire.
So then someone should. Well, she's busy doing her ceremony. She got a 6 crit, by the way. All you Dahlia fans out there can rejoice. This soul has been thoroughly trapped. Currently screaming as the spiritual cage comes down. So.
because of the crit, I'm not gonna make you roll intimidation, all that bullshit as well. A spirit of a woman appears. She does not look like the corpse. Well, her clothes are different, more mundane, less cultish. Initially begins with, "What, you monster?" and I serve the Lord, but that goes away very fast when you kind of just, you know.
That's right.
Yeah.
Shh, 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 shh. Serve us now. Me.
And
Me.
becomes more, I mean, it's a wraith, but docile, almost,
Yeah.
like in a trance.
What's your name?
Sarah.
Sarah. Who was the person with you?
Jessica?
And where did Jessica go?
Brightchapel.
Is there a specific place in Brightchapel that Jessica might go?
The alternative medicine store.
Excellent.
The house of the silvery moon.
Are there other people there besides Jessica?
The rest of us.
All in the same place.
And the Mother Moon.
Indeed. And then Dahlia's going to turn around to her 2 companions and go, "She's quite obedient. Is there anything you would like to ask her?"
Who else she's working with? There were several other people here the first time they attacked. If I'm not mistaken, someone burnt the house down.
We serve the Lord and his angels. We know you have captured an angel and enslaved it, and we seek to free it.
How do you know this, Sarah?
Because the Mother Moon has had visions. The angel speaks to her.
Of course. And Dahlia's going to turn around to Dowser and Ella. We're really going to need to speak to the celestial being about talking, unsanctioned talking to other people who are trying to burn down our haven.
Really? I mean, honestly, given that we were going to free them anyways, I don't see why, we couldn't be collaborative in this situation. Just let us take the lead.
You gotta think about that for a second. Like, what? Free? Did we have a conversation I somehow missed? I was gone for a little bit there. Are we in agreement that we're freeing this individual? I thought we weren't supposed to free them.
Because we are with these people currently.
Oh no, it's just us.
It's just us. No, I mean, I think that we could. We could.
I feel like that would be a bad thing, though, Ella.
Oh.
The Guardian says, I strongly recommend against doing that.
Ronaldo recommends against doing that.
But he also wants to murder us.
Yes, but he's well behaved.
No. Against his will.
That's minor details, all right? That's not even important. It's like Sarah here. She's well behaved. Even if you asked her, "Sarah, do you want to be here?"
No.
See?
Ella, you
doesn't matter what they
can't
want.
see the spirit, but that's okay. Ella, can you give me 2 willpower rolls? Is there's currently an angel and a devil who does not agree.
Yeah.
2 willpower rolls.
Huh.
Oof. Woof. That was a 0.
Ugh. But I'll add that to the good times rolling log.
The angel makes more sense than the guardian at the moment.
See, I knew that. See? Okay. Yeah, no. I think, Dahlia, you and I here are in the minority because you and I have had the opportunity to be one-on-one with the celestial being. And I think that when we have the opportunity to all connect with them, I think others might be more amenable to this.
To keeping them there.
To working with them in what they are able to help us with. This greater goal for Dusktown and beyond.
Well, if we release them, then we also release the thing underneath the lake.
Ooh. That doesn't... Dowser, would you like to say more about that? What thing under the lake? I only know about the fish people under the lake, right?
The fish people are just... I guess the easiest way to explain it to you is if the fish people are ants, then there's an elephant hiding underneath there as well.
Have you had the ability to connect with and or spend time with that entity that's under the lake, like Dahlia and I have with the celestial being? Because I come from a place of somewhat understanding, some logic. And I'm not saying, Dowser, that you don't know the water aquatics or the life below the surface that I'm unaware of. But if you can make a case for it, I'd love to hear it. It seems like they have a great power.
Every time I try to sense down there or get information about it, I get a mental pushback, getting told to stay away, getting told to stop acting against it. And that is most likely what has kidnapped our touchstones, it seems.
That's who has our property?
Yes, though I don't think they're underneath the lake at the moment.
Contact with beings that want to work against us. I mean, we need to pick and choose our servants well. All right, now Dowser, I give you credit for finding Carson. He's a good boy, and of course Sarah here is well behaved. But Ella, I don't trust that either the being in the lake or who I just found out about, or the celestial being who we've worked with, but hates us. That would be. Well, they're just fine where they are and should stay where they are. Until, of course, we can be sure that they are going to be compliant to our wishes. Don't you think that's important?
Guardian says, if you free my sister, the prison will break, and everything you have worked towards will dissolve.
Ronaldo disagrees. That's what I'm saying. And for once, like Ronaldo...
I'm simply telling you, I have to be honest with you. If you free her, I'm free as well, so by all means free her, but I have to inform you.
The only other opportunity we have is we could possibly make a trade, but we need someone equally powerful as both of them.
I agree, Dowser. Bartering is strong.
Unless the Guardian is willing to get one of his, kind here and exchange places with them without destroying us in the process, we are kind of stuck with it as it is.
Dolly is frustrated.
I'll simply outweight you, Guardians.
She's going to hurt Sarah just because she's upset.
There's a scream if you can hear it, but that requires sense to see.
She's just like, She just inflicts a little spiritual pain on Sarah.
Are you hungry?
No.
Okay.
So there's no draining or anything.
Okay.
She's just tormenting her a little bit.
Carson comes back into the basement. He has a case in the hand, and he like opens it, shows it to you. This is a screwing machine. The other one is a drill. You need to drill first, then you need to put in these plugs, and then you can screw the cameras to left. Easy.
Wonderful.
All right, let's go ahead and get that done.
I can do it for you, obviously, but in case you want to do it yourself.
No, Carson, you do good work. You're going to go ahead and do it.
I need to find a mob. There's blood on the street, and...
Yes, you do. Go on.
Then again, I wouldn't want Carson to be, well, possibly destroyed by every single kindred in the city once they notice that we're putting cameras outside their houses. Would you, darling?
So you're saying it would be better if we did it?
Most likely, yes.
Don't you fear for our survival?
We already have political hold with most of the people here who want us to do one thing or another, so we can possibly sway them or convince them with something else.
Well, Dowser, I mean, if you're volunteering,
Oh, you hear it, Beast.
Yeah.
Remember that conversation you had with Margaret where you were annoyed with them watching you all the time, and she told you everyone watches each other? Shouldn't be a problem, right? Now you're watching them.
Yes, I suppose you're right.
Just fuck them.
Yeah.
And besides, if we get confrontation, you seem to be great with that.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that. That was a sweet compliment. That was a really nice thing to say. She just like this like beatific smile, that on her fairly pallid visage is looking, quite undead. So, yeah. All right, fine. You've convinced me. Let's go ahead and set these up then. Carson, we can spend some time together, and I can talk to you about a few other things I need you to do for me. And, and I can even, you know what, you need new clothes, and I think I can get some for you. And make a few quality of life improvements for you. You need to be better taken care of.
He looks at his flannel shirt and just not quite understand.
When was the last time you washed that thing? I mean, we need to get you in something better. So, you and I, we're gonna go shopping after you do this thing for us, and we're gonna spend an evening together, just you and me. We're gonna go out in the town. We're gonna, hit the shops and just you and me. And Dowser, I'll bring him back in one piece. Don't worry. We'll but you just need better taken care of. That's all. You just need to be decked out in something that really suits you. It can be functional and practical. It doesn't need to be like flamboyant or anything like that. But
Miss Gray, I do construction work all day.
I understand that, and I do. And you can keep your construction clothes, and your flannel looks great on you. It does, but we need to give you at least more than just flannel shirts, which is all I ever see you in.
He looks...
Don't worry, Carton. You can take the rest of the night off. Dahlia won't be bothering you.
I'll just...
Wait, why? No, Carson, stay. Stay. We need your work here to help set up the cameras and everything.
He walks upstairs. He's kind of shaking his head, like, I'm just upstairs. I'll get to cleaning.
Dowser, stop being difficult.
You have your own servants. Have them do your work.
Yeah, but they're not great with cameras. I can't just tell Sarah here to set up a camera.
Then get better servants.
She rolls her eyes all the way back into her head so that they go white for a moment.
and comes around and becomes black.
Exactly.
Guardian's standing there looking at it. Also, you have tools in your hand. The door to upstairs is still open. The blizzard is back again. You hear a car pull up. You hear it, not the car, you hear the music. The club music.
Oh no.
And then door opens and you hear wailing. A woman crying. Like very dramatic. Like too dramatic. Like putting on a play almost. Right.
Dolly, this seems up your alley.
Why does it seem up my alley? Just because it sounds like somebody's in pain doesn't mean that I'm immediately interested, although I must say that my curiosity is piqued, so.
You hear the fence start to shake, and you...
Dahlia's gonna, pull back the blinds or whatever, and
Cassandra's voice is screaming, Julian, where the hell are you? I need you!
Oh, God. Did Julian invite Cassandra here?
I don't know. Ella, you're great with getting people to go away.
Ella.
Would you mind?
Yeah. I can do that.
When you see her, she's wearing sunglasses like the size of a fucking plate, and you see blood just pouring down her cheeks.
What a mess.
Like a white dress. Like it's almost intentional to see how much she is crying and in pain.
She smells dramatic.
And the moment she sees you, Alice, just falls forward to hug you, expecting you to catch her. He took my ghoul!
She gives her a half pat on the back. She's wincing at her emotions. That's tragic. She's going to make sure that she doesn't get any tears or blood or bodily fluids on her.
That fucking snake took my Zoe!
Yeah. And how does that make you feel?
Sad! She's like a child at the moment.
Oh. Yeah, so,
You remember Julian kind of shaking his head and saying fucking Toreadors or something like there's something was pulling at him or messing with his mind.
yeah, she's gonna put both of her hands on her shoulder, be like, it's really unfortunate that happened, and I am just curious if there's something that you need from someone else to help you through this difficult time. And if I could help you find that person that could help you.
I need Julian. He still
Okay.
loves me, right?
Julian is a man of his word, and he means what he says and says what he means, and I haven't known him to say anything mean. So with that in mind, I think Julian is a stand-up individual who anyone would be blessed to be in the presence of.
He does not answer my summons.
There are a lot of questions in the universe, and a lot of answers, and sometimes we have them and sometimes we don't. And I think that here we are together without answers, and that's hard for me too.
She takes off her glasses. You see her eyes are bright yellow, like she's about to frenzy. Obviously, it's like the iris or the sclera rather is blood red. And that's just like she's been crying for hours. If you help me take the head off that fucking Greek snake, I will reward you whatever you want.
Oh, okay. That's valuable.
I want my Zoe back. He fucking sent his men, walked straight into my club and took her in front of everyone. The embarrassment.
Rude. Dahlia shouts out from behind. Rude.
That's really disrespectful. And, you know, Dusktown isn't that big of a city location. And I think, you know, do you have any leads? I have
Fucking Hector's club.
Mm-hmm.
There's all these gangbangers outside.
I think there's banging inside too, but I think that we really need to think about this. Have you been to his club before?
I've never set foot in that disgusting place.
Deplorable, really. I understand.
The man has no taste.
Yeah, he is someone definitely here, and he is someone who has a building with an establishment that's established with people inside and out. And I think that if I could talk to my peers, we could maybe get back to you on the circumstances around this, unless you have any other details that are pertinent, anything that's helpful, harmful.
The eyes become normal again. She sniffs a bit and she says, I knew I liked you. She becomes stoic all of a sudden, puts back the sunglasses and just turns back, gets into her car like nothing just happened and drives away. Fucking Toreadors, you hear in your mind?
Oh, it's gross. It's a lot of feeling. She's really emotional. She'll just walk back into the house. Just tell them. So that was the most dysregulated I've seen someone here, which is surprising given what I've seen in this haven itself. So, you know, that was a lot. That was a lot.
Yeah, Julian can be quite dysregulated. But I understand her grief. She had something taken from her, something very near and dear to her. And I know, I can empathize. I understand how that feels.
Yeah.
It's bad manners.
Yeah, you know, I really tried not to commit as best as I could to her and her situation. I you know, 3 baseball bats to beat around that bush, and I somehow still got told about this situation leading back to Hector's club that she refuses to go to.
Do you think she could compensate us in a meaningful way?
She said whatever we want.
I understand she said that, but do you think she can compensate us in a meaningful way?
Are you suggesting that we name our compensation before we go on this adventure?
I just want to make sure that she can pay, that's all. I mean, if we're going to do work, right? And it would be a noble endeavor to return that which was stolen.
She could get rid of the angel lovers. They're in her domain.
She could do that.
I feel like that would be valuable compensation, along with maybe a little extra on the side, you know?
I agree. And Dahlia, plan B is that if she doesn't or tries to renegotiate on what we ask her to deliver, we can make it so that she no longer has any more answers that need to be questioned or questions that need to be answered, and or the ability to offer things to people that she can't fulfill.
Ella, you know, sometimes I question your feelings and opinions about certain beings in the basement, but on this, we agree. Same page. Like, we are on the same page here. And
I've seen you take out people for less. I'm just saying that.
Yes. But it's always important to get fair compensation for one's efforts. You know, Don't ever do anything for free. You know.
Just be aware, she is a Toreador. Even if she didn't do it now, she can possibly emotionally manipulate all of us at once.
And, the thing about being manipulated is it only lasts for so long. So, so long. Then,
That's right. Yeah. And I don't feel like I'm manipulable. I mean,
no. No. I mean, I have no further comment.
We've already done this. This is something that I know we can do, right?
Mhm.
This is within our capabilities. We've already retrieved things from this club. Yes? Memory serves?
What?
Did we not? Am I remembering this wrong?
Didn't we get your necklace?
We did. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So we can do it again. It stands to reason that we did it once. We can do it again. Yes?
I do recommend not bringing the necklace.
I don't think he necessarily cares about the necklace. He had wanted something in exchange for it. And I don't have that.
Yes. And as a plan Z, as a last resort, perhaps maybe even having that to exchange back would be, worthwhile.
Well, we might as well head over there. We can set up the camera as well.
Exactly.
Okay.
Earlier, our other character, you were banished from his domain.
Yeah.
After
Also,
a little bit of a frenzy.
Also,
practically speaking, what does this mean for her?
We have to kill Hector is what we have to do.
Oh, okay.
Because if you kill him, it doesn't matter if you were banished because you can't hold domain once you're dead.
Right. So, all right. So I need to bring Sarah and my other servants to possibly.
Or we can have
help.
Dahlia connect the camera somewhere discreet while you and I go in.
I could do that. Yeah.
I also do not want to be in this club after thieving a necklace off of his. Wait, storyteller, has his entrancement worn off yet, or is he still wooed by me?
I'm not sure. You don't really know in game how long it lasts. I know how long.
But it could happen again and just like steamroll entrancement. Like, is that?
Yeah.
If you get within range of him, yes, it's definitely possible.
Just keep violating someone's domain.
I can go there with
exactly. Yeah.
But Ella, you've been through and all that. You need some political maneuvering, at least you think, to just kill him.
How about this? Instead of going to him, how about we get him to come to us with the item that needs to be retrieved?
I could also go there with Carson, and the two of you can go to some other haven and start drilling.
But it would just be you both by yourself then.
With Carson, I don't think I'm all that alone.
I like Carson. Okay, I don't want anything to happen to him.
I'm more afraid of what will happen to people who try him.
Carson smiles.
I love the dynamic, just out of character. I love the dynamic. It's like they both want to protect him. One because he's the actual ghoul, and the other one because she's trying to take him as an actual ghoul. So Carson has got double protection here. Yeah, so I would rather have him on our turf than risk any of us on his. Right? Doesn't that seem smarter, more strategic?
How stealthy are you guys? Carson asks.
Stealth.
In and out of character, I laugh.
You're kind of going through everyone's haven in your mind. And at least some of them have armed guards, mercenaries, and people with assault rifles and
it's no good.
Things like this.
I'm not that good at hiding myself, but if memory serves me correct, he did enjoy my company as well as Julian's. So I could try persuading him in a manner or other.
Yeah, I'm not stealthy at all. I've never needed to be. Subtlety is not a thing I do.
Gonna be noisy. If I can make a suggestion, Carson said. either you get someone expendable to do it for you,
That's an excellent idea, Carson.
I steal a van belonging to like some company and I go out pretending to do work on the house in front of whatever, power company or something.
Where did you find this guy, Dowser? He's got all the best ideas.
I am here so Dowser doesn't have to spend his time on the mundane.
I don't think this is mundane. A ghoul has been stolen.
Yeah, but the cameras.
The cameras, yes, that is mundane. And something that I have no idea how to properly do, but you seem to have a grasp on it.
I mean, I just need to know where to go. You don't need to bother, really.
I will tell you. I will advise you how to set up the cameras, where they should be set up. I can do that. I know all about cameras now.
You really do.
I understand them, yeah, and really well. Like I've studied these things. I know how they work. Now it's just fantastic technology, honestly, and so I can do that. That's within my wheelhouse. I'm all about setting up security. In fact, it's just become really relevant for me to understand that in recent nights. So yeah, that is something I feel like I can do. I don't recommend either one of you or any of us going in there, possibly causing a ruckus and things like that. I prefer to, that he come to us, but I can set up the cameras. That's fine.
Well, seeing as out of the three of us here, I'm the only one who hasn't seemingly pissed him off. I don't think it's safe for us to try and invite him here either. He probably won't come alone, and if he does, then he might be more dangerous than we anticipate.
Okay. But poor Cassandra.
Then go and consolidate her. You seem to like her so much.
But that's not really my thing. I don't really do that. I mean, I try, but it doesn't really usually end up well. I'm on camera duty. I can do that.
Well, good luck with that then.
Dowser, you're your own person, and as long as you keep Carson safe, I'm fine with whatever you want to do. Ella,
I'll be careful.
What do you want to do?
I want to go to the waterfall. I'd rather chase that, but I think when we're there, I will razzle and dazzle them. Try to persuade them.
You're pretty persuasive. I gotta be honest.
Yeah, I think.
You handle Cassandra like a pro.
I handle what I need to handle. I was given a set of lips to talk and I'm doing it, and what my lips don't get, what I'm strapped with on my hip will follow up and finish if that's not enough, So that's where we're at in this on life.
It's settled then. I go with Carson, cameras, and then you two will deal with Hector, right?
Can you guys give me a politics and some kind of mental stat?
Some mental stat, okay.
Some mental stat. You choose because I'm nice.
I don't like that. No bonuses, no.
How about that politics? Yeah.
Still a chance. It's a difficulty 3. This is not a new thing for you guys.
Well, so far we're not doing so well.
You can do it.
We'll have a lot of willpower.
Yeah.
Willpower.
I'm going to see what gets rolled by Dahlia first.
Yeah, this is
okay. I'll willpower. Since I have 3, I can reroll. 3.
Yay!
Also.
Going through everything in your head. Okay. Apparently, you're not with them, but they seem to have done something to piss Hector off. And that's breaking the same tenet as, you know, when you guys were invading Alejandro's domain. You've already been punished for it. There's not been any word from Margaret, so either she does not know or she does not care. Both are worrying. If you want to remove another kindred from the board, it's a very good idea to have the backing of a power player. The 2 power players in town, Margaret or Kaya. That is the information I can give you, Darcy. But technically, Hector is allowed to do whatever he wants with you in his own domain, since you have broken the 5th tradition again.
Oof.
Well, Ella and Dahlia have. I have not.
That is true. But you know you're associated with these people, so you don't know how he's gonna react. You know he thinks you are very handsome, and that might work in your favor. But he could also be proud and stubborn and on a path to war.
Well, from what we've noticed of him thus far, he's not proud, but more sly. I don't know how smart it is for Ella to come along, but that will reveal itself.
So, before we break, what are we doing? Carson and Dahlia is gonna drive around setting up cameras.
That's right. Yep.
And I rolled a 6 with a crit for Carson, so we're all
excellent. So they both got crits on that. Yeah, they're gonna set up the best camera locations. We're gonna have the whole city on like camera duty, and it's gonna be a wonderful conversation she has with him, and they're gonna bond so hard. Yeah.
And Darcy and Ella, you're gonna go to Hector's club attempting to do what exactly? Get Zoe released?
Not meet final death.
No, not die. Okay, that is.
I will attempt to get information on why he has Zoe.
Remember, sometimes not to die, you have to run. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm getting strong vibes from our storyteller here that this could be potentially life-threatening.
I'm going to corrosive vitae my way out of the walls like the Kool-Aid Man and just, oh yeah, through the club.
I just see a scene of all splatting acid everywhere.
Right. It's like...
I think with that image in our mind, we're gonna go to break.